really proud of our whole team, especially the four old guys and Eric, Jermaine, Keyshawn, and James. And I also thought my son came in there and created a physical presence that right when we were in the middle of making that run, that defensively created a mentality. And then we made some adjustments at halftime on how we wanted to attack them offensively. My genius game plan going in didn't work real good in the first half, and um, I was going to try to change it during timeouts in the first half, but I didn't want to confuse the guys. So we waited to halftime, and then we made some adjustments at halftime. And again, credit the players; they made the adjustments and played aggressively and made the plays.
Michael?
You just mentioned the four old guys, and you're looking at the box score. I mean, they all scored double digits tonight, and you haven't really had the opportunity to have them all out there together and firing at the same time. Just how much of a difference does it make to have them out there together and playing at the level they're all playing at right now?
Yeah, I mean, Jermaine's had a hard year and a half personally, and he's in the best space he's been in a long time, from mentality and approach. And um, we lost at Coastal Carolina, he didn't play. We lost at Arkansas, he didn't play. Jermaine's a really good player. Jermaine's a young man that deserves good things to come his way. Just as Keyshawn, Keyshawn, I know last game out he didn't play well, but that's two of the last three games where he goes double figures and defends and rebounds the basketball. And but I'm really proud of those guys. And then James and Eric have been I told you guys, man, those guys came in and re-energized me from day one. So it's I'm to win on the road, especially in conference play. You got to have old guys that know how to close out these kind of games, and that's what those four guys did for us today.
Mike Cuba?
Frank, these last couple of games in the second half, you guys, it just seems like have put on just the flip the switch. It's just been totally different. How much do you think, going back to that Arkansas game, do you think this is something that your players were able to take away from and learn from that, and have kind of took it personal?
Yeah, after the Arkansas game, I told the guys, I said, I love the way we prepared. I loved how we played the first half. Obviously, the second half wasn't very good, but we got to keep stacking those good days one after the other, in the right mindset and the right approach, and that's what we've kept doing. And so it's when you win, everyone confidence comes from having a plan and then lining up against somebody and seeing the plan through and winning. And when you don't win, it kind of, confident. It's hard to maintain confidence. So obviously winning the Georgia game gave us confidence for Vanderbilt. Winning the Vanderbilt game gave us confidence to come in here today and stay the course and play the 40 minutes. So, but it's, I don't say stuff just to give you guys sound bites. I tell you what I feel. I told you guys from the get-go, man, this team is, I like this team. This team's kind of my personality. We got fighters, and these guys have, they fight for me, and they fight to win, and they fight for each other, and it's fun to be around them.
Colin?
Yeah, Frank, you kind of mentioned personality. Obviously, the defense has been pretty good all year, but how close is this last 3-game stretch for you guys in terms of figuring out your offensive identity and then really playing to that level and that personality? And how much does Jermaine playing the way he's playing kind of help establish that personality?
I mean, we tend to forget Jermaine was a first-team all-freshman on a team that won 18 games and 10 league games 2 years ago. And Jermaine's a good player. But it's not fair to throw guys out there that are not mentally in a good place. It's not fair to them. Well, Jermaine now is in the best space that he's been in a long time. And when I mean a long time, I'm talking about a long time. And we need him, but I need him to be at peace. And right now he is. And Jermaine's a really good player. So's Keyshawn Bryant was picked by the other coaches as a preseason all-league player. There's a reason for that. Those two guys had difficult early parts of this year. They were beat up from last year. They just a lot of stuff that I'm not going to obviously make public. But they're both in a really good place. And those guys, they could have packed their bags and left and taken advantage of that play right away and gone somewhere else. And those guys lined up and said, no, Frank's my guy, and I'm staying with him. And I'm going to keep fighting for them, and they're going to keep fighting for us. And I'm really happy because they're both really good players.
Cam?
Frank, obviously you've talked a lot about the disruption in December, really throwing this team off from a practice standpoint. Yeah. With this stretch you're seeing of success right now, do you think it's just a byproduct of having that continuity back, or is there something else you're seeing that's leading to these results for the last week or so?
Yeah, I just look back to how we were playing before Christmas. We were starting to have a personality. We defended. We were winning games and beating good teams and you know, and then it all hit, and now it's disruption, and now it's 10 guys. We had 2 guys that had to be isolated in Colombia over Christmas. So that means that they were in Colombia on Christmas Day by themselves in a room. Like, come on, man. You know, it's hard. It's complicated. And those are the things that happen that nobody wants to hear about. But that's reality. That's what we deal with. And I get it. We're going to be judged on wins and losses, and it's my job to get us to win, and it's the player's job to do what I'm asking them to do. And we weren't ready to go right off the bat, but this team was good before that happened. And now we're stacking good days on top of good days, and we're starting to play through that personality again. And I don't know about you, but I really enjoy watching these guys play from the sideline.
Phil?
Frank, it looked like defensively your guys were really active, getting over screens, under screens, keeping pressure on the ball. Is that pretty close to where you want them to be defensively at this stage?
Yeah, Phil. I mean, I don't know if you remember Raymond Harrison, but he sent a text saying that's a Frank Martin team. Yeah, a lot of people in Colombia act like my teams. That's not how we play. My teams have been top 20 in the country defensively almost every year of my career. That's how my teams play. Last year we couldn't do it, and we talked about it ad nauseum. But that's who I am. That's what I stress. For 37, well, not 37 years, but for 16 and then 15, 31 of the 37 years, that's how my teams have always played. And you know, it's I'm really proud of those guys because they believe in what I teach and they fight for it, and they're fighters, man. And that's you know, it's fun. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's fun to watch because those guys allow me to coach them.
John?
Texas A&M was one of the top 3-point shooting teams percentage-wise in the league. Obviously weren't very good tonight. What did your guys do to make it that way? And y'all been really good defending the 3 the last couple of weeks. Has there been any kind of change overall?
Yeah, A&M, they do a lot of they move you, and they got in the past last year. Buzz only had one guy that can dribble drive the basketball, so it was a lot easier to load up your defense to take that one guy away. Now they've got different guys that can dribble drive you, and so you got to be good defensively at multiple spots. And I thought our on-ball defense today was pretty good. It's something that our players have taken pride on, is to guard the basketball. And you know, again, I use the word fight. This is a terminology that I use in practice. You got to fight the ball. You can't just give in to the guy with the ball and let him beat you. You got to fight the ball. And so we were able to do that, which then allowed us to kind of stay out with the 3-point shooters. Obviously, defensive rebounding wasn't very good today. But, you know, it's at the end of the day, we got them off the line. Now, we got lucky. They had some point-blank threes that they missed. That those are shots that they usually make, and we got a little lucky there.
Colin?
Frank, a couple weeks ago, you talked about A.J. Wilson kind of being maybe a little bit disconnected from you guys mentally. Just how have you seen him grow over the last couple weeks, couple practices, and what have you feel like you've gotten from him and Wildens from the second half of Vanderbilt until now?
Yeah, AJ's starting to create a niche for himself on our team again. In practice yesterday, he I don't know, just didn't understand what we were trying to do, which was frustrating. So I didn't go to him I didn't trust in him as much as I probably should have today. But him and my son, they were on the court at the same time when that game kind of turned, and both of them had a lot to do with the plays that made the game turn, defensively and offensively. AJ scored at the rim. My son came up with a big time offensive rebound for a putback, all in the middle of that run. They did their jobs defensively. So AJ's got a niche on this team, and I'm happy that he's starting. He's re-engaged. I don't know what other word to use there, Colin. He's re-engaged, and he's going to be a good player for us here coming down the stretch.
John?
What's tomorrow look like for you guys hanging out in College Station? The players get some time off, or y'all going to run them a little bit?
I'm going to go to an all-you-can-eat barbecue place, John, and I am going to crush some Texas brisket, just so you know. But no, we practice at noon. I'm on my way now back to the hotel, and I'll be watching film for a while on Mississippi State. Meet with Brian Steele, who's got the scout, and then we'll have a team meeting in the morning. We'll come out here tomorrow at noon. Texas A&M has been awesome. They've provided facilities for us, the whole thing. We'll be on the court, I don't know, for a couple of hours. Then we go back. We got study hall. All our academic people are here with us. And then we're taking the team to go get a real good dinner and have another meet with them. And then Monday, get after it again, and then travel to Starkville, lay it on the line once again.